Hey, I'm Reynaldo Malik, and I am the president of the Belize Hotel Association.
Reynaldo, thank you so much for joining Breaking Travel News here at CTM 42. First of all, we're on the last day. How's it been for you?
It's been absolutely fantastic. I am very pleased with the meetings that we've had so far. Yesterday was very busy. Had over 16 meetings yesterday. We've been off to a fast start today as well. And I am particularly pleased that many, I would say over 90% of the meetings that we've had are with new potential partners, not necessarily the same people that we would meet at other events. So we've been particularly pleased, and some of the meetings that we've had are very, very interesting to both myself, the association, and I'm sure it's going to be interesting to my members as well.
That's really good to hear. And how important is being here to Belize?
It's very important, not only being at CTM, but also any of these events of the same nature. Tourism is very competitive. You're competing literally against the entire world. And so you have to show up to these events to remain front of mind with everybody out there. And then the industry is always evolving. There are always new players coming into the space in terms of suppliers and wholesalers, even airlines, etc. So you're here to take those meetings and see how you can forge new alliances, new business relationships that are going to impact positively on Belize and its tourism industry.
And what have been the big messages that you've been sending out here?
Pretty much that we're a story that is not yet fully told. That's
Yeah.
my tale that I'm spinning right now. I still think that there's a lot about Belize that a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
Its proximity, for instance, coming from North America, its affiliation in the Caribbean as well. Something that I've been telling people that we're in Jamaica is that we share a history. At some point, we shared a governor. The governor of Jamaica would have been also the governor of Belize as well, British Honduras back then. So there's a lot to be told about Belize and the way that we actually handle our tourism. Our tourism product, as you well know, is based on sustainability and being eco-friendly, and that's something that we're particularly proud of, not just because it's not a buzzword for us. We were doing it well before it became the in thing to be done. And so we have a country where everybody in the industry has brought into that model. They realize that yes, the resources are there for us to utilize as part of our businesses, but they must also be protected for future generations so that it can become part of somebody else's business as we go down the road here. We're not going to be here forever, but I subscribe to the belief that you should leave it as good as or better than you came into it. So, and that's something that we prescribe to in general in Belize.
And of course, this year you're the official host destination of the inaugural World Sustainable Travel and Hospitality Awards. How important is that to you?
Well, it's a big deal. And fortunately, I've had the opportunity to kind of ride the roller coaster from the very beginning. I was in Berlin last year when we signed on. When it was announced, I've kind of been in and out of it, in and around it, I should say. And I think it's a big deal because, as I said earlier, sustainability has been the underpinning of the Belizean tourism product for decades. And so I think that us hosting the first is a recognition of that, to say, these guys, they've got it right and they've had it right for a while. And interestingly, being out here, I've had several conversations where folks have come up to me and said, we need to talk because we wanted to do more sustainability. You guys are already doing it. Can we have some conversations? I've had one actual offer to come and speak at another event as well and talk about Belize's sustainable approach to tourism. And so I think that hosting the awards there in Belize really underscores where we are as a country, as a destination when it comes to sustainable tourism. And I'm so looking forward to it. And I think you and I have shared this joke before. I believe it's happening on my birthday. So everybody's invited to my birthday party in Belize.
What a celebration it's going to be.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And really recognizing the impact of kind of not just what you're doing, but of what the whole world is doing. And you are very much leading the way in many regards there.
Very much so. A lot of our tourism product in Belize is centered around natural wonders, if you want to look at it that way. Our barrier reef, our cave systems, our rainforests, etc. So our approach has always been that to continue to utilize that resource, we must do so responsibly, and we have to do so in a sustainable manner. So, you look at some of our jungle lodges. They're in our eco-luxury jungle lodges. Yes, they're high-end, but they do so very responsibly. Even our farming, our organic farming, use or lack thereof of say steroids and stuff like that in our farming, etc., and herbicides and all that stuff. We don't do that in Belize. So I mean, we've been doing it for a while. Are we? I would say we're at the forefront of it, but we're still always learning. That's what coming out to events like CTM is there for as well. The forum on Monday was absolutely spectacular as well. And we share so much in common with the folks in the Caribbean, up in Mexico, down in Costa Rica as well, and getting together with your peers and your colleagues, and talking about the same challenges and sharing a vision. Because when it comes to sustainability, it's not one person or one country's responsibility. You know, I could be taking care of my corner of the yard, but if the rest of the yard has been unkept, where it's still the same effect, you know. So it'll permeate itself through eventually. So I think sharing the sustainability gospel, I think that has become something that's become very near and dear to myself personally.
And when you're preaching that gospel to the buyers that you're meeting here, how important is sustainability to them?
Very much so, because the data is out there, right? That the travelers are looking for experiences, they're looking for people that look after their environment, etc. So the fact that this is something that, again, is not a buzzword for us, this is what our tourism product has been built on, that's important to a lot of the wholesalers, that's important to a lot of the travel agents, because it says, this is an easy sell for me. I can sell this because this is what you guys do. It's not something that we contrived or we fantasize about. It's reality for us.
Reynaldo, thank you so much for your time today.
No, thank you so much for stopping by. Always a pleasure to see you.